I'm at Bikerheadz and this is the C4 Basic. Okay, so here we've got the C4 Basic. Those of you who are SCHUBERTH fans will know we had the C3 Pro and the C3 Basic. Bringing back the C4 Basic, so a stripped down version of the C4 Pro. But there aren't many differences between the two, so I'm going to walk you through the helmet, and as I go through I'll point out the difference between this Pro, and obviously you've got the carbon at the top end as well. That has the same features as the Pro, just with the carbon shell. So today we are talking about the C4 Basic, so let's run through some of the features. So as you can see, it's a fully aerodynamically, aeroacoustically optimised helmet. What does that mean? So aerodynamically first, SCHUBERTH have their own wind tunnel. They're the only companies that has their own wind tunnel built into the factory where the helmets are designed, manufactured and tested, is all under one roof. That means you're getting the best of all those different areas working together to create the best helmet possible. So if you look at the shape of the helmet, it's completely unique to SCHUBERTH. This isn't off the shelf Chinese copy, this is handmade in Germany to SCHUBERTH specifications, their shape, their acoustic testing. So the first thing you'll notice is the wings on the back of the helmet. So if I turn it this way, you're not going to see them running down the back. What these do is they move the area of the turbulence from the back of the shell here to back here, so you get less lift on the helmet. So as you know with SCHUBERTH, it's going to be zero lift at 100 km/h, so you're not getting any stress on the neck. It's not pushing down, it's not pulling up, and it's not putting stress on the strap, pulling your chin up and giving you fatigue and neck strain. Second thing you'll notice in terms of aero-acoustically optimised is SCHUBERTH's wind tunnel is fully acoustically optimised. It's the only wind tunnel in the motorcycle industry that is acoustically optimised. It's why we give you a decibel rating on all the helmets. They've changed the sound test, but this is the quietest helmet SCHUBERTH have ever made at 85 decibels. Those of you who do remember, the C3 Pro is running at 83 decibels. That was a slightly different test. That was on the older testing. This is the new testing, and this is the quietest helmet in the SCHUBERTH range at 85 decibels. So, let's come to the physical features of the helmet. Running across the top, you've got a completely strong shell. This is a fiberglass constructed shell. It means it's supremely lightweight, extremely strong. Manufactured in Germany. It's manufactured using a DFP processing, so direct fiber processing method. What that means is you essentially have a string of resin and a string of fibre into a gun which fires it at mould, reduces waste and weight of the helmet, but it also makes it the safest helmet that SCHUBERTH have ever produced, with the lowest amount of energy being transmitted to the brain, and it's extremely safe. So that's the first part about this part of the shell. Running around to the front, the Chinbar is made of Lexan, which is the strongest polycarbonate you can get on a crash helmet. The reason they don't make that out of fiberglass is because of flexibility. If you make it out of a material like carbon fibre or fiberglass, you get pressure on the inside of your chin, and it reduces the comfort of the helmet. Also makes it very difficult to make the closing mechanism work as smoothly as the SCHUBERTH does. Let's come back to the top of the shell. 3-point ventilation system on the front. You've got open, half open and closed all the way at the front. That gives you airflow all the way through the top of the helmet. It's quite difficult to see on this, but you can see it's been ridged out here at the top. Reduces drag and also increases airflow across the helmet. Exits to the bottom here. So the air comes all the way through channels in the EPS and down the bottom. Come back to the front of the helmet, you've got an enormous aperture visor. So large aperture visor each way and up and down, so you're getting loads of vision, increasing the active safety of the helmet. Turbulator on the top of the visor reduce wind noise when the visor is in the up position. It stops whistling coming through this gap between the visor and the shell. Coming back to the visor, inside you've got a max vision pin lock. Here's the first difference between this and the C4 Pro. C4 Basic has a 70 pin lock, the C4 Pro has a 120. That relates to the amount of moisture the pin lock will absorb before it starts to fog up. So this is a slightly downgraded pin lock, reduces the price down, but will work fantastically well. So it is still an official pin lock, works very, very well. You can get lower standards even with the 70, so this works really well for this application. If you want to upgrade that, you can upgrade it to a pin lock 120, they are readily available. Open up the visor, you can see we've got the sun visor inside. Again, optical class 1 sun visor built into it. And there's your mechanism for moving up and down based on Bowden cables running up through the shell. It's extremely smooth and very, very easy to use. Closest point to the clutch hand on the bike as well, so it's hand off the clutch, straight to that, straight onto it. Nothing on the top of the shell, because that's just too hard to use and could cause accidents, so it's right down the bottom. 2-position sun visor, one for big noses like me and one for standard noses. And we come to the chin bar area, super easy to lift up and absolutely perfect for shutting every single time exactly where you'd expect it to be. If we just lift it up, metal posts, and then you've got a full 360 closure around it, so it will not open in the event of an accident. It's an extremely safe chin bar mechanism. Running around to the bottom, you've got the second biggest difference between this and the Pro. These plates here are completely blanked out and sealed in. These are not removable like in the Pro, so you cannot put the SC1 comms kit into this helmet. No microphone at the front, no speakers put in, no cabling in the helmet at all. If you want to run a Bluetooth kit with the C4 Basic, you need to get an external Bluetooth kit that sits on the side of the helmet with a mic coming around the side or underneath here, so you can get it to work. Plenty of options on the market for that, but you can't use the standard C4 kit in this helmet. The liner, still completely wickable CoolMax liner, micro lock strap with comfort padding on the inside as well, so extremely comfortable. There's your acoustic collar keeping that wind noise right down. Of course that's all removable as you'd expect. So that's the C4 Basic. The two big differences between the C4 Basic and the Pro are the lack of comms into it and the downgraded pin lock. Other than that, you've got exactly the same helmet as the Pro and the Carbon at a fantastic price. Any information on this, the C4 Pro or the C4 Carbon, please go to bikerheadz.co.uk.